You only have now. You only have today. A lot of you guys are under the misconception of there is a later, but in reality, there isn't, right? A lot of you guys want to become this version of you, or you claim you want to become this version of you that has all these different things. You want the physique, you want the confidence, you want, to actually respect yourself and, all of the above. But the reality of it is, a lot of you guys are just pretending and you're convincing yourself that it's okay to do that because of this later that you think exists, right? But the reality of it is, there is no later. There isn't, right? You only have the now. And the more that you keep buying into this lie of the later, the more that you keep buying into this lie of I have time, or I can just do it later, I can just do it next month or next week or next year, that's the reason why you've been stuck for so long. You need to fully understand this, because a lot of you guys are stuck simply because you think that this later or this perfect time exists. It doesn't, right? The best time for you, or the perfect time for you to start on this journey would have been last year, 2 years ago, 3 years ago, right? And the only time that you have, or the perfect time that you have, is just now. Because in reality, that is all that we have, right? A lot of you guys are living in this fantasy world, to where you're like, oh, okay, if I just say I want to do something, eventually it's just going to happen for me. And, when that perfect time comes, I'm going to be so jacked. I'm going to be so happy and proud of myself. And, I'm going to have the physique that I want. And, just when that time comes. But the reality of it is, that time is never going to come. Right? If you don't take advantage of the now, if you don't take action now, if you don't change your mindset now, then when is it going to change? Right? Because a lot of you guys need to understand, later is going to be now at some point in time. Right? You can say, oh, I want to do it next week. But when next week comes, you're going to say the exact same thing over again. You're going to say, oh, I'm going to just, when I'm feeling a little bit better, I'm going to go to the gym. Or, when I have the motivation, I'm going to go to the gym. Or when I have the motivation, I'm going to, cut this bad habit out. I'm going to stop doing this. I'm going to stop doing that. And you keep pushing it off, right? But when you truly think about it, and you really use logic without you attaching this emotion that you have, in what sense does it make to put off the thing that you want for later, right? If you want to get your dream physique, if you want to actually be confident in yourself, why are you saying, oh, I want to wait a longer time to not make progress and leave all this time that I have now and put this all to waste because I don't feel like it right now, right? A lot of you guys have been stuck in the exact same spot for months and months and months. Some of you even years, some of you your whole life, right? And when you really think about it, all that time that you spent putting it off, all that time that you spent just feeling sorry for yourself could have been time that you would have been putting in work, and you would be in a significantly better spot than you ever been in. But because you keep believing this lie of the later, because you keep believing the lie of, oh, I have time to just, this perfect time's going to come, you're never going to make progress that way, right? And some of you guys don't understand this. Some of you guys truly feel like that, something's magically going to happen, and then you're just, boom, exactly right. No, that's not how it works, man. You guys need to understand the moment that you need to start is now, because it's literally all that you have. In the moment that you start, the moment that you commit and tell yourself, okay, I'm actually going to do this thing, and I'm going to take the steps, I'm actually going to do the inputs, I'm actually going to actively start becoming this person that I want to be, I'm going to do it now, you leave no room for you to put it off, right? You drawing the line in the sand means that you're committing to yourself and you're jumping over that line, breaking out of that cycle and disrupting it so you can actually become a better version of yourself, right? But if you don't draw that line, you're going to stay in this same cycle that you always been in, right? You guys want to become the best versions of yourself. You guys want to go to the gym, build a physique, be confident, right? But you're stuck in this same cycle. Why? It's not because, the world is against you or it's impossible. It's simply because you haven't drawn that line yet. And a lot of you guys don't take it seriously enough. And that's why you guys are still stuck in the same spot. That's why you still hate yourself. That's why you still wear hoodies in 90 degrees, because you're so insecure about your body, right? That's why you keep clothes on when you're going to the beach or to the pool, or you don't feel comfortable going to the beach or going to the pool, because you're like, oh, these guys are going to see me, and you're okay with it, right? And some of you watching this right now might be like, no, I'm not okay with it. But if that was the truth, you would have already drawn the line already. right? When you actually make up in your mind, I'm going to make a change and I'm starting it today, that's when it actually happens. Because anybody can think something. Anybody can just say something. Anybody can, make up some goal. I can sit here and tell you guys I want to be 600 pounds tomorrow. But that's not going to happen, right? I can say I want to hop on stage, be 250 lean. It's not going to happen, right? And you guys might see, oh, these are crazy examples. This is so, why would you ever say that? But that's what you guys are telling yourself every single day on a lower scale, on things that are actually achievable. And that's why you haven't achieved them yet. You guys need to start taking yourself more seriously. And the time is now, right? The time to start taking yourself seriously is today. Because if you keep putting it off, you're just proving yourself that you're a liar. And if you keep telling yourself you're going to do something and you don't, that's weighing down on your confidence in itself because you can't even keep your word to yourself. You can't even wake up at a certain time. You can't even go to the gym at a certain time. You can't commit to anything for an extended period of time. And when you do, you fall off and you're back in the same cycle again. And you expect other people to respect you. You don't even respect yourself enough not to lie to yourself, dog. Some of you guys are out here lying to yourself to make yourself feel better. But in the reality, if you truly valued who you were as a person, it's not going to make a difference, right? Or it's going to make a huge difference because the moment that you actually commit to that is going to be the moment to where you jump over that line, disrupt that pattern, and actually start becoming that version of you. But until then, nothing's going to change, bro. You need to stop convincing yourself of this lie that you somehow came up with, right? There's never going to be a perfect time. Right. And even when that perfect time comes, which is going to be New Year's for a lot of you guys, because you want to hop on the caboose of the New Year's resolution, you're going to commit to it for a couple of days, a couple of weeks, and then you're going to be back in the same cycle again. Like, are you not tired of constantly telling yourself that you're going to do something and then you don't do anything about it? Like, as a man, you can't be okay with that. As a man, you have to be a man of your word. Right. And that's where your confidence is going to stem from. And that's where that progress is actually going to be made. But until you decide to actually get up and do something and commit to this change, you can't expect anything to happen, bro. Right? That's the position that I was in. When I was 90 pounds, when I was depressed, when I was victimizing myself, you think I was actively doing something? No, I was doing nothing. I was sitting around feeling sorry for myself. And where did that get me? It got me nowhere. It got me more depressed, right? It led me to me being suicidal. It led me to me not making any progress at all. And I was just putting myself in this infinite echo chamber, this infinite void of these degrading thoughts and not taking any action, and it just compounded and made everything worse, right? And the reason why I'm like talking the way that I'm talking is because I understand what it's like to be in this position, and I know what it takes to get out of it. But I know how easy it is to stay in it, and I don't want you guys to stay in that because I've already lived that. I know where that leads to. I know how bad it feels, right? But it's a simple solution, man. And it's literally just deciding today, just deciding right now, I'm actually going to make this change, drawing that line, whether that's getting the membership, whether that's getting a coach, whether that's committing with one of your friends that hey, we're going to go to the gym, we're going to start doing this, we're going to start doing that, or simply just cutting out some sort of bad habit, anything, bro. It just takes action. It just takes that one-time commitment and you showing up for yourself on a consistent basis, and you stop telling yourself that you have time. You stop telling yourself that, oh, I can just do it later, because in reality, you can't. If you're not capable of doing it now, what do you think is going to change then? The only thing is going to change is you're going to have more shame. You're going to be more disappointed in the fact that you let all this time go by, all these months, all these years. You put yourself in so much pain to get absolutely nothing out of it. Right? Just to tell yourself the same thing that you've always been telling yourself. I'm going to do it later. I'm going to do it one day. I'm going to do this one day. No, you're a liar. And you know that. That's why you don't have any confidence. That's why you don't respect yourself. That's why you look in the mirror and you hate the man that you're becoming, because you're not doing anything about it. You guys need to understand that the moment that you actually make that change is only going to be dictated by the fact that you decided that you were going to make that change and you actually committed to it, right? There's one thing thinking, there's another thing pre-deciding that this is going to happen and I'm going to take steps forward every single day to make sure it does. And I need you guys to understand that, because if you don't, you're going to stay stuck in this position. You're going to get more depressed. You're going to hate yourself more and more. And it could lead you down an even darker path like I went down, right? I literally wanted to off myself, bro. Simply because I hated the person that I was so much that I thought I was better off dead. And that's just me being real with you guys, right? And that's why I'm sitting here yelling at this camera on the freaking roof of Cheese Fit, because I want you guys to truly understand how serious this is. right? In the moment that you make that change, just how much of a significant impact you're going to have on your life overall, right? The moment that you decide you're actually going to do it is going to be the moment that everything's going to change, dog. And you guys need to stop putting it off for later, right? And obviously, if you guys don't know what to do, of course, there's an infinite amount of information out there. But if you're not willing to apply it, you're just going to get all this analysis paralysis. You're going to look here, and then you're going to quit again, right? So if you're tired of quitting, if you're tired of giving up on yourself and you actually want to make a change, then book a call, bro. Literally, book a call. It's in the description. Hop on a call. And if we can get something going, then we will, right? But if not, go through my content, right? I post nothing but value that you guys can apply to your life. You don't have any excuse. You got to get up and make a change. You got to do something, bro. Whether that's working with me, working with someone else, working with a friend, you got to do something. Because if you don't, nothing's going to change, all right? And that's it. I'm not going to freaking extend this video out anymore. I got my point across. Do something about it, all right? Love you guys, man. Jesus loves you too, but you guys are, you're literally setting yourself up for failure.